I have an amazing story to tell. It's a follow-up to the idea that to have empathy, you need imagination. You need to imagine how this other person could be so much worse off that you feel for them. And recently I was coming back driving and I swung out of my way to go pick up a fan, just a little computer fan. It was only $2. And I had arranged with a guy to meet at 8 p.m. And I was there at 8. And I had to come off the freeway a little bit. I actually had to leave my friend's place earlier just to make it sure I would be there on time. And so I had put a little bit of effort into this. Gas isn't free, you know. And when I got there, there was nobody at that roundabout. I couldn't see anybody. Sure, there's people in the back, but there's like a trail going through, people just exercising, walking, evening stroll, I guess. There's this little kid standing there. I wasn't clear why he was standing there. Later I heard the laughter of other kids, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, why is he standing there? Just waiting, enjoying the sunset, I guess, dusk. And I saw this man walking. I was like, maybe it's him, but he went to his car, went back. I kept looking over the apartment complex. I presume he's coming from there. I sent him an email, and another email. I was like, should I ask for the phone number? And there was no response. And after 15 minutes, I was like, I think I'm done. These flakes on Craigslist. I just write him an email, shooting him. Just, why do they keep wasting my time? It's just happens so much on Craigslist, I feel. You arrange a meetup with people, they never meet up. Even when I'm giving stuff away for free. I thought, maybe I should just go off on a rant on Craigslist, because people post rants all the time and saying how people are so miserable, horrible human beings. Craigslist has the worst 5% in the world. I thought, as I was driving home, that nothing would make me change my mind. Nothing this guy would say. I've had this before happen where I was giving some guy something for free, and he even asked for my phone number so he could make sure we could meet up, because he says sometimes it gets confusing when you're there and phone is best, and sure. And then he never showed up. The day before, he already pushed it off. He said, I don't have a car today. And then that day, he just didn't show up. And later he said, I fell asleep. I was taking some cough syrup or something. I don't know. But then, nothing that I could ever imagine, nothing you would ever expect, nothing out of the wildest dreams that any of us could think of could have matched what actually happened. I get to my next destination, I stop, I'm checking my phone, and I realize I have a few new emails, and it's from this guy. There's like 4 or 5 of them, and I start reading through, and I realize, wait a minute, he was there. See, he was the little kid. He said he didn't have any data, so he couldn't check his email. Yeah, that makes sense when you're a 10-year-old kid. I guess he probably didn't have a phone either. That makes a lot more sense. $2, that's how much I was getting the fan for. Why would any adult care about $2? Oh, that's not true. Some adults do. But yeah, for a little kid, that's real money. They don't have much in terms of means of earning money. And suddenly, everything changed. His last email actually said, and I felt bad for him, and it said his parents ripped him a new one for causing me to waste all this time and gas. And it's like, wow, you have this little kid here. He's trying to make some money, right? He's trying to be an entrepreneur in a sense, selling stuff I guess they don't need at home. But he has no way of communicating. He could tell you to meet up, and he said he was there since 2:30. I think it probably means 7:30. But yeah, he was there. And I was there. I just never would have guessed. It was a little kid. I saw him. I didn't know what he was doing there. He saw me. In one of my emails I shot off 1 to the 3 during that 15-minute period. I said, hey, if you could recognize me, I'm wearing this and this. But there is no point, right? Because you're going to get an email. And I shot him an email. And I said, really sorry. I should have thought of how we could, recognize each other, all these things that I didn't plan out. I apologize. You would think of all the people in the world I would be the one who's wrong, right? But no, I felt he was wrong. I felt I didn't do him right. And it's things like this that make you wonder, right? So many things happen in this world, and it's just unbelievable what happens. That I drove out, and I was supposed to pick up something from a little kid, except I didn't know he was a little kid. I just presumed he was an adult. Could have been a younger adult in his 20s or an older man in his 60s. Could have been a man or a woman. I was expecting any of these, but I didn't expect a little kid. And sometimes we don't know what exactly it is about this person. We don't know them. We don't know what's inside them. We don't even know sometimes what they look like. Can you imagine we're upset because this person's late? And then we see somebody this tall walking by using some assistive device? We wouldn't be upset anymore. Except it's something I realized I can't even imagine. And maybe that's the thing with empathy. Sometimes I can't even imagine what the other person's going through. And that's the real key to empathy. It's imagination, yes, but it's going beyond imagination, just saying, I don't know what you've been through. It must be bad because you're telling me it's bad. So, I might be driving that way next week. Should I swing by to pick up the fan? I really want to give that kid some money, right? Encourage him. When you're 10, what do you do to make money? Is this the beginning of his entrepreneurial career? You got to start somewhere, right? I don't know. We'll see. I want to swing by. I don't mind waiting this time. I just wonder if he'll be available anymore.